guys, and welcome to my April TBR. I love a good TBR because I'm like, oh, that was on my TBR, I should read that because it helps me plan. But at the same time, most of the time, I'm like, oh, this new book's coming out, I want to read it instead. And also, I just get into like a genre or something of reading, and I keep reading that genre because I'm really into it and like it, and my TBR goes out the window. So most TBRs kind of go out the window, but at the same time, I do like planning them because then it's like, oh, I did want to read those books this month. So we'll see if this one works out or not. But yeah, these are my TBRs. My first one is this book that I think I read in February. But Kristin Hannah's The Flyaway. I read the Firefly Lane, I think in February, and then I picked this up the same day I finished, and I was like bawling the last 80 pages of Firefly Lane, and it was too emotional, okay, to start it. So I put it down for like a month, but I don't want it to leave it on the shelves. So this might have been on my March TBR, but here it is again in April. Kristin Hannah's The Flyaway. So second half to Firefly Lane, and if you've only seen the show, I think the show leaves off in the first half of the first book. So this is not going to be the second season. Probably the third would be my guess. But yeah, The Flyaway is book number 1. Book number 2 is a book I hauled all the way on vacation and did not read a lick of it. Read other books, listened to audiobooks. I read the other paperback copies I brought, which I'm impressed with on vacation, but this is the one I didn't even touch. So, From Blood and From Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I hope it is a good spring fantasy read and it doesn't weigh me down and take forever. It is a larger book, but I hope it reads fast. I hope it does, because it's a romance-led fantasy, I believe, because it did win Best Romance last year on Goodreads. I hope that it is. And the new book's releasing in April, so if I enjoy it, I can move on to the series, book number 2 and 3. Next one, I've heard nothing about good rave reviews about, and I'm kind of wanting to read something historical because I'm reading historical romances and I'm really, really into them right now. And by that, I mean the Julia Quinn romances, but they're very hard to get hold of at my library, so I keep having to wait in between each one. But that's okay. That's okay. But this is The Lovely War by Julia Barry. So this one, I believe, is a story told with like, what is that called? Like, maybe it's a magical realism story, but I think it's told with, who is it? Aphrodite? But it's got gods in it, and then World War II in it, and I've heard nothing but really good reviews of this book. So I do really want to read this book, and kind of before I get into summer, because I know this is not the kind of book I'll probably pick up in the summer. So yeah, I'm hoping for a good historical dive here. The very last book I'm excited about came out in March is Covet by Tracy Wolff. I've been on this series. I started last year. I read 2 of them last year. Crush and Crave I loved, and it was like a girl that goes to a monster school and she becomes a gargoyle and crush, or she is a gargoyle. She finds out she is a gargoyle. And then yeah, this is the next one on. The last book made me kind of angry, so I'm excited because it was like that kind of ending. I'm excited to go on with the series and read this, so I know I will pick this one up in April. The books I want to read in April. Tell me what you guys want to read down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys next time. Bye!